Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian, along with my co-host, Brett.
Hey, what's going on?
We are here to talk the finale of Big Brother season 24. We just watched this, so we're recording right after. We want to give a congratulations to Taylor with the landslide victory. Brett, quick before we run through the episode, quick thoughts on the outcome.
It's the outcome I predicted, and I guess I could see both her and Monte being deserving, but I truly believe Monte played the better game.
I agree.
Um, I wrote down that Monte basically played the perfect game, and he ruined it by playing a player with the perfect story.
Yep, I agree. Completely
That's
agree.
pretty much the outcome of that.
Mm-hmm. We'll
So
we'll break it down more as because really it's the decision. Like he kind of dug his own grave, but we'll get
yeah,
there as we like dissect the episode. But so it starts off with the hugging Wieners challenge. The amount of penis innuendos in that first challenge I thought was quite interesting. It's always
yeah.
leave it up to CBS and ABC to like always do that as much as they possibly can when they.
Apparently, Monty is okay with taking a wiener to the face to
Yeah,
win 750K, but he's not okay with cutting his so and so girlfriend to win 750K.
right. Yeah, he was definitely hypnotized for sure. Like he definitely made the wrong move for with that. What do you think of this challenge? Is this one they've done before? Like sounded similar?
They do stuff like this where they're like on spinning things or like mechanical bull
Yeah,
type things, or like I think once they did like a rocket ship where they just kind of like go back
the
and
back and
forth.
forth.
So they're sitting on it versus holding on. They do stuff though where they have to like grab and hold
Yep.
on. So it's like an endurance comp.
I like that
I
when
didn't
like
think it looked that hard.
no, I don't think it looked that hard. Only with like the jerking, another the penis joke, the jerking of how quickly they would shift like to the side and like they like Taylor and Monty like ate shit on some of them. When they fell off, you fell off. So I enjoyed that. How do you think you would have done on that as somebody who would try it out for the show?
I would have won.
I mean, she was on there for like 30, like so Taylor got eliminated with like 36 minutes gone. So I mean that's a long time holding on to something. So I don't know how hot it is in there, like sweat and like
Yeah, I mean, just based off the way it looked like is like what either just grabbing the thing or bear hugging it like
yeah,
Monty did.
yeah.
I just feel like if you get a good grip on it, like
Yeah, you
they,
should be able to
there was
lock in.
there wasn't enough movement of the wiener to knock anyone off. I don't
Right.
think
Yeah.
so. You got to just be determined and win. So
I was definitely surprised that that's the one that Turner won because
I'm not
Monty's
surprised.
stronger than him.
Yeah, but Monty's heavier.
Heavier, I guess. Like I guess the momentum maybe flipping around. But
Yeah, I mean,
so
like I said that before the on Friday night when I watched it live, I knew Turner had a good chance of winning
yeah,
because he has more of a rock climber
that's
type
true.
build.
That's true. He's got
So
those strong knuckles and fingers.
his strength to weight ratio
Hmm.
is so
That's a good point. That's a very good point. So, like we said, Turner wins. He gets a bye on the next challenge, and the next challenge was between Monty and Taylor, and it was another one of those memory ones where you had to like match up the titles of the competitions, whether it's an HOH or a veto, and it has to be in order, right?
right.
Right. And I'm assuming this is another one they've done stuff like this even this season, very similar, like remembering like the even the writing down the numbers of the days or the challenges is very similar. I thought this one was cool. I'm sure it's a repeat in some way.
I actually kind of forgot what it was. Even though I
Wait,
just
dude,
watched
there
it.
wasn't a big edit on it. Like you just saw Taylor's, and then like you only saw like 20 seconds of Monty's, and then it was like he didn't even show him
Oh,
finish.
they had the zip line thing. That's right. I'm like trying
Yeah,
to remember what the competition
yeah,
was. I knew it was like a memory game, but forgot the whole thing other than Taylor saying she thought she won and then losing by a minute.
yeah.
So
You knew that she wasn't gonna win with that edit.
oh, I thought she was gonna win because I thought Monty was like messing up in the middle of whatever, but it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, clearly
I
didn't.
actually thought that like once that happened, I was like, wow, like did Taylor just lose the game because
Yeah,
you
so
know
I thought the same thing because I kind of thought that Monty was gonna take the correct path because I thought he was smarter than he is.
yeah we
And
gave him too much credit.
right. So my
Or
but
oh, I think it was after this. Oh yeah, because it was after this one when him and Turner were in the final two, and then Turner's like, "Bro, I'm taking you no matter what. Like, I
yep,
like believe me. I want you to know that. Like, I don't know where you're at, but hopefully you
yep.
agree." And then we see a confessional where he starts
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
he thinks Turner's played too good of a game, and
I
I'm
was
like,
like, what are you
oh
talking
my
about,
god,
dude?
he's
Yeah.
gonna like at this point I'm almost hoping Turner wins just so he will bring
Yeah,
Monte,
save himself from his own stupidity.
yeah, from his own dumbassness.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm getting the timelines right, but we do get to the so Monty wins that challenge by like beating her by 25 seconds or something like that with like a timer like 6:40, and so then we get to the jury house and the jury area where they are, and they find like Brittany comes in and they're talking, and they're not going to pick Turner from what I heard them talking about. So, and then we had that confessional with Monty, and I was like, no, please don't do it because you're digging your own grave. Because, like you said, the story, like the story, Taylor's story, even though I don't really agree that being on the block and getting off is that impressive, like it's instead of like because she got third place here, she kind of was dragged, not dragged to the end, but like Monty picked her to be in there. It'd be different if she won and took Monty. Then I'd be like, yeah, I would not surprised that everyone's picking her. I just, yeah,
We're
not
just we're seeing a shift in like on Survivor and stuff too. Like people don't look at competitions as much as they used to. Which when you saw that was Monty's whole train of thought is that he's like, oh, Turner is my next big move to take out another comp beast. But it's like, dude, at this point, I'm pretty sure Monty with the final HOH has one more comps than Turner.
yeah,
So he
yep.
can still sit next to Turner and be the comp beast over Turner.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean, when he said he was going to make the a big move, his next big move, I thought he was going to take out Taylor because that would have been the big move,
Yeah.
not taking out Turner. Because just in his mind, I guess he thought Turner was more of a threat than Taylor. But
That goes back to isn't he? Didn't he say he's a fan of the show?
I don't even know.
That's these are the moves that like I find dumb. Like you say you like the show, and then you're going to get rid of the story that everyone's been talking about. I know you're in the house, but like look at look how they got there, type of thing. And like you said,
Yeah, I
Survivor's
mean,
a great
just
example.
going
That's
through.
what.
I was just gonna say, going through, I guess, jumping to their final speeches. Monty's like whole thing, he was just talking about like the comps and
Right.
stuff like that, and why he got rid of Turner, and that he thought he could beat Taylor because he had more comp wins, and he just like, yes, that's true. Like Monty played a perfect game. He just ruined it because he took Taylor because this was like
Mm-hmm.
the one person in the entire house that Monty couldn't beat.
Right.
Or
We
I
talked about
mean,
this last week.
Michael
Yeah.
maybe would have beaten Monty also, but like other than that, Monty played a clear better game than every other person in that house.
Yeah.
And I mean, he played a better game than Taylor. She just had the story.
Yeah, and I like I know we're jumping around here, but like even her speech, I wasn't even like blown away with what she's saying. Like,
Oh, I thought she crushed her speech.
it, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
After
one of
she's
the
made her
reasons,
speech and said something about like the resiliency and like you don't want your winner to be, I don't know, whatever she said, there was, and like the thing about the sword, I was like, oh my god, like she just like she there's no way she doesn't take like every vote available.
yeah, I don't know. I've been very down. Like you brought up Survivor, I've been very down on Survivor and like these story mode winners. I don't. I'm a games person. So like if she, like so I don't. I'm harder on these. I mean my speech wasn't that great either. I'm not gonna say like his was better than hers. It just was like by that end I was checked out because I knew Taylor was gonna win. So that's why I'm, in my opinion, not a huge
If
fan
you
of this
were
episode.
on that jury, you would have voted for Monty.
Um, well, I'm also not a good example of like knowing about Big Brother, but for me, I would look at it like who played the best game. So, like, I probably would have voted for Monty, but I'm not saying that I didn't like what Taylor did. I just thought like playing the game.
Yeah, I
I
think I would have, but I don't know. Like I want to vote for Monty, but at the same time, he made the most
right.
dumbass
Well,
move.
that's also a good point.
So,
That's also a really good
so my
point.
question, if I was on that jury, my question would have been, Monty, you said you made a big move by taking out Turner. The big move was taking out Taylor. Do you not realize she has a way better story and she's
Yeah,
gonna
that's a
probably
very
crush
good
you?
point.
What is your answer to that? Do you not realize that Taylor is probably about to crush you in votes
Yeah,
because
no, that's a Brett. That's a great
story is
point.
better than yours? Like, bro, I loved your gameplay. Your social game was amazing. You won more comps and all that crap, but like, you should have just sat next to Turner. Like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, did you like the jury questions?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't remember what they were specifically, but I mean, in the moment, they seemed
Are,
fine.
are they always so friendly?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
See, that's another thing I don't like.
I mean, they had to live with these people, so they're not really enemies.
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably hate all these people if I was stuck with
Um,
people for 80 days.
I can't. I mean, I can't think of. I'm trying to think of like seasons where one of the people in the final two was like hated by the jury, or there was some
Yeah.
bitterness. I can definitely think of Paul versus Josh, because Paul was like the clear front runner to win that season.
Hey, this is Josh from the
He
challenge.
played the what? Yeah, Josh
Woof,
from the challenge.
woof,
Paul played
dude.
like the best game. It was
Yeah.
amazing, but I guess Josh was just friendly with these people, and Paul had managed to just kind of like piss people off and
Mhm.
sound kind of like a dickhead. And he's like, "Aha, I beat you," like stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
everybody in the jury was an idiot, so they all voted for Josh to win.
Wow.
But
Yeah. I remember like before I knew Big Brother, I had a huge like tainting of Big Brother because if Josh can win a show, and that means anybody can win a show because he's an idiot. And Fessy was on the show, and like I know he didn't win, but Fessy is awful. Do you like them, by the way?
uh, no, Josh is annoying. Fessy's all right. I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
I like Fessy on the challenge just because like he's a big dude, so I want to see him
I
like
hate
actually like
his attitude is the worst. He's not a winner.
right. I mean, I guess like people, yeah, people don't like his attitude, but at the same time, like he's on a TV show, and like, what do you want from him?
You're
Like,
right. You are
I
right. You're
mean,
right. You're right.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think Josh tries to be annoying on purpose, or he just like is so annoying
Josh
that
is
like
just too emotional for me.
we're
Josh is
talking
too
about the challenge
emotional.
now. But when I hear Josh, I'm just like, oh, he's so annoying. He's
He's
obnoxious.
just too emotional.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that. I know we're going off path, but so we talked about the speeches. We talked about okay. So if we both agree that if he took Turner, he would have won.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I was going yeah. I was going back and looking at like who do I think would have voted for people. I mean, when he had that choice to make, I was like, the only person on this jury that would vote for Turner is
Terrence.
Terrence. Yeah, I think Terrence is the only guy that would have voted for Turner.
He's just the only
Ever.
one in when they did the jury roundtable that he was like he had his Turner shirt on. Like he like
I don't think Kyle would have voted for Turner.
no.
And then like no one
Jasmine
else.
wouldn't.
I don't think Alyssa would have because she got emotional at that point. And I mean, Turner even admitted his jury like he wasn't even friends with Jasmine or Indy.
That's
So like,
yeah. I don't know.
and then going into that too, so like Monte, I want to hear what Monte has to say about this, like on whoever he interviews with. But like, this can't really have been his thought that Turner would have been a worse choice to take than Taylor because I can already see Taylor has 4 votes. Taylor's gonna have all the girls on lock, and if you
Yep.
can't see that, you're an idiot.
I
And
agree.
then all she needs at that point is one more vote,
I agree.
which she could have gotten from like Joseph or Michael,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
maybe Turner since you burned him. Like,
Yep.
oh, like that was just so dumb. Like it was
Yeah,
clear to
I
see
agree.
that Taylor was gonna get at least 4 or 5 votes.
Yeah, I completely agree. I just thought it was completely idiotic. And like, I know you'll probably be on top of. We'll have to talk about that off air, of like what he actually says on these interviews. But yeah, he deserves to lose. That's the way I ended that episode with it. And before we wrap up, Taylor also wins the Player of the Show award, so she gets that extra money. Well, like we were talking about last week, Michael, like it'd be an insult. Like remember we were saying, like it'd be like knocking Michael down again. That Taylor wins that. Do you remember that? We were talking about it briefly.
I mean, I know I mentioned that like I knew Michael and Taylor both were probably gonna be the front runners to win it. So
And Kyle
unless
getting a weird nom for who
I
knows
have no
why.
idea how Kyle was nominated in third place. That
That didn't
baffles
make
me.
any sense.
I
Like
like I mean, even I almost feel like people were mad that he got like
that's
hated on
probably
and like
yeah,
gave
maybe,
him
but
sympathy votes, I guess, which I mean is it's kind of cool to see that people were willing to back Kyle and vote for him in that manner. I mean, I back Kyle just on the sense of I think he got a lot of heat for something that like wasn't bad. So
mhm.
I think he took too much heat on that whole thing to begin with. But I'm surprised he got all those votes, enough
Yeah,
votes to be third place.
yeah, that's true. All right, man. Before we wrap this season up as a whole, any final thoughts?
Um, Yeah, I mean, I just think I liked the episode. It was enjoyable. I did think that Taylor was probably going to take it, but of course, when we had Monte and Turner in that final comp, I was like, man, I don't know if Taylor's even going to sit there. And then
Mm.
once Monte had the choice, I was like, man, like I feel like he's going to take her, but like I don't know. Hopefully, he doesn't if he wants to win. And then he takes her, and then once he does, I'm like, well, I guess there's still a chance he could win, but like who knows? We'll see how the speeches go down. And then Monty just very much like gave not a good speech. He didn't play up his game as well as he should have, because in my mind he had like the best social game in the house, and he pretty much won. He was like had the most competitions behind Michael,
Mm.
and like I think he maybe alluded to it. Like he's a big guy. He's normally a bit should be a big threat, but he was able to minimize it with his strategic and social gameplay,
Right.
and he
He
just didn't
he
really voice that well enough. And I think maybe if he, I mean, even if he voiced it perfectly, I don't know if he would have beaten Taylor, because she had a good speech herself and just had the whole story thing behind her. But
he should have
we'll
used
have to
what
see.
Taylor used about getting off the block, about him avoiding the block. You didn't even mention that, but yeah.
Fumbled the bag. So
I'm happy that Brett came on to push us to cover this show. So I appreciate that. And next season we will be doing we'll start from day one. And I think that will
unless I'm in the house.
well that's also true. I will be if Brett is in the house, I will be covering it by myself with I'm gonna cut out a picture of Brett and put him here and just like pretend I'm interviewing
Well, I
him.
mean, all the other guys are going to have to watch if I'm on it.
Yeah, that's also true. If you're on the show, there's like if they don't watch it, they gotta go. Bill will definitely watch it if you're on. I hope so, man. I really want you on one of these shows. It'd be so great.
The question is, do I have to apply now because they already had the casting stuff up?
Yeah, maybe you'd be like 26 or something. All
So
right.
I mean, 2025 is the next one. I'm just saying, like, are they really like already casting for something that happens in like 10 months?
I'm sure, dude. I'm sure they keep people who cast like send a request or was it an interview or an application from like a couple seasons ago. You know how they
Mm-hmm.
say on Survivor, it's like I've applied so many times and they finally called me, like stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe I should just start applying because I'm like in the mindset where like, oh, I'm gonna apply the one time and either get it or not get it, and then
Dude, keep hammering
yeah,
that application. Do you need to make a video for that?
I don't know what I have to do for it. Probably I got to do something.
Well, whatever it is, if Bill and I can help you, we're gonna do it. And if especially our viewers, if you want to see Brett on the show, give him a shout, support him. We'd love to see him on there.
Yeah, yeah. I just got to make a video and not look like a goober or something or someone that people are like, oh, this guy sucks.
Dude, like Kyle got on dancing and living with his parents. I think you can get on the
Yeah,
show.
I don't dance
I'm saying that as an insult to Kyle,
or
but
live with
you
my
can get on the
parents.
show. But you're also like trying to be an actor
I mean, not really. I
as
mean,
a
I used
side
to I
job,
used
so
to
you
try
can
to
use
get
that
into it.
as like a hobby. Like, hey, I'm trying to like be background character. You have a resume. You can do it. If Kyle can get on, you can get on.
Yeah, my hobby is actually being a fan of the show and not being a dumbass.
Right?
So
Yeah, yeah.
not
You
making
just even lead
retarded
like I'm an
decisions.
actual fan of the show. Like I'm gonna
Yeah,
play it like you should play it.
I'm not a fake fan that's gonna like make the dumbass decision at the very end and
Yeah.
not win the money because I'm an idiot.
Right. Remember, it all comes back to it's a game show for money. You can get
If
your
I get
money
that
back
far.
later. Right. All right. We appreciate everybody watching. Sorry we didn't cover the whole season, but we promise next time we will, even if Brett is on it or not. But for myself and Brett, thanks for watching along this entire season. See you.
It's been fun. It's been a fun season. So yeah, catch us on our other shows like Survivor, and we'll be back next year probably with Big Brother content.
Hell yeah. See
So
you guys.